Hello everybody, welcome back to the Building Resilience, my show that I have here in HOD Radio Network and in LinkedIn Audio Room. Hey, indeed, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up that you hear me? I don't know, because sometimes LinkedIn has some glitches, so I'm checking the audio. Okay, people are coming to the studio. Are the people that coming hearing me? Okay, great. Okay, welcome back to this show that I do on a weekly basis. This is a radio podcast called Building Resilience that I do simultaneously in HOD Radio Network, the Christian channel handled by Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, always for being supportive. And at the same time, I have the LinkedIn Audio Room. So some people are gonna be joining. LinkedIn is doing glitches, as always, having issues with the connection. Let me check here the connection. I'm having glitch, so anything is happening is having setbacks, and we're gonna be talking here about setbacks. Let me see if I can do it in the computer, because it's not allowing me to do it in the. Okay. I'm having issues with the connection, so let me see if I can connect here.
Jose?
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, because it's making glitches as always, so I has been bouncing me back. So can you hear me?
Yes, Jose, we are here.
Okay. Yeah, because it throw me back like 3 or 4 times. And the topic of today is gonna be exactly that. It's gonna be how we can lead through the setbacks, how we can transform obstacles into opportunities. So today, try to do this show. I've been having setbacks with LinkedIn, but we're going to transform this in an opportunity, because we're going to do a great show. So thank you, the people that are becoming joining the show. I'm going to wait a little bit that the people come to the audience and to the stage. To the people that doesn't know me, my name is José Pereira. I'm a former oil and gas executive that went through a hostage situation in a business trip in 2017. I flew to Caracas and was taken hostage during 5 years. And I came back 2 years ago. And I decided to pivot my career because I transformed my setbacks in opportunities. So that's why I decided to do this audio room today and this Facebook Live, because many times in your life, you can have setbacks. You can have obstacles. You can have failures, you can have challenges, you can have many things in life, because that is what life is. Life is exactly that, going through things in your life and bouncing back. So how you can see this thing? What is the holistic view that you really have to see those setbacks and transform them in opportunities? Because sometimes when you're going to any situation in your life, maybe you can think that this is something that is not manageable, or maybe it's the end of the road for you. So sometimes people begin a business, and for some reason they fail, they go to bankruptcy, they lose everything, and then sometimes people think that is the end of the road. I come here to say that is not the end of the road. Sometimes you had to fail to learn from those failures and bounce back and keep going and begin your new business. And it's very common to see that the successful people in life always have gone through setbacks. Today we're going to talk about describing how those setbacks can be this transforming opportunity, but more than, we're going to talk about how we really convert those setbacks in opportunities. So stay tuned and let's engage with this conversation. And I'm going to do like a 30 minutes talk And I'm going to open the mics after that because I know that in the audience there are very wise people that can contribute to this topic. I love every week the way the interaction is growing because people that have a lot of wisdom come to the stage, and then it becomes very, very, very interactive. So let's begin. I want to introduce the topic saying that setback, you have to see them like a catalyst for growth. This is something very, very important because when you have a growth mindset, you can understand that those setbacks are really valuable lessons that can foster your growth. It becomes an experience to foster your growth. When you have a setback in your life, anyone can be maybe in your relation. Maybe you had some problem with your couple, or in your business, or with your kids, or for anything, or maybe even some illness. You have to understand and try to have the feedback what has gone in your life, and that will help you. That will help you to bounce back and to build back your life again. So when you have those setbacks, please don't look at as a failure. Look as an opportunity to grow. So when you do this, this really will help you. I want to say here my particular case because this topic really resonates to me because that was what happened during my captivity. When I went through my captivity, I want to put this example because this is a very graphic way to show it. When we went through our captivity, my first year, I really felt lost because I was in a solitary confinement and I didn't know really what was going to happen to me because we were accused to be American spy in a communist regime. That is something very serious. We thought that we would stay there forever. But you know what happened? That I began to change my mindset and think, no, Jose, you have to come back strong for your family, and you're going to make this. And after you make this, you're going to be coming back stronger in body and soul and spirit. And I discovered my path because I rediscovered God in my case. I'm a man of faith, and I discovered that having the connection with my family and having the connection with God made me more strong. So that's the way I discovered how I could transform that setback that I was going through in something that really helped me to grow. When I came back, I really, really, really understood that was part of that God was preparing for me. Because everybody in life has a master plan. Think about this. You have your plan already written in the book of life. What you have to do is find your purpose and pursue it. Pursue your dreams, pursue your purpose, and don't see those setbacks as failures. See like an opportunity to grow, to move on and finalize your road and be successful. That's what God wants with you. So for me, talking about how a setback can become an opportunity to grow, that's the best example that I have. And there are many biblical examples of this. It brought to my mind the story of Joseph in the Bible, in the Old Testament. You know, the case of Joseph. I always identify with him because I'm Jose, that is Joseph in Spanish. And he was betrayed by his brother. And he went to slavery. And he went to prison. He was wrongfully detained. Exactly what happened to me. But you know, Joseph transformed this because he trusted God. And that made him grow, and he became a leader. He became a leader. Ultimately, he became the leader that led his nation. So this is a great example how a setback you can transform really in an opportunity to grow. The story of Joseph. Very, very inspiring, the story of Joseph. I encourage those that never have read it to go to the Old Testament and read the story of Joseph. Another thing that can help you during your setback is lead with faith and vision. This is what I was talking. When you find your purpose, pursue it. Have faith that you're going to go there. Have that vision that you're going to be there. Because the leaders are the true leaders and are those that can envision where they want to be in the future. So they don't see them what is their circumstance today, because this is something very important. You don't have to be victim of your circumstances. You don't have to be victim of your circumstances. You can be going to any situation in life today. But if you have the vision that you're going to be in other place in the future, you have to pursue that. You have to pursue that. Because this is very common, that sometimes people are going to think in life and they feel that they are lost, or as I said, it's the end of the road. And it's not. Because when God designed the mankind, it was designed to be successful. Because we are creatures of God, and we are done to be successful. We are done to be productive. We are done to be profitable. So if we are going to any situation in life, that is part of our growth. Look at it as a way to grow. So when you do this, you will find your path. You will see the things in a different way. You will begin to see the things not as a failure. You're going to begin to see it as an opportunity to grow. And there are many examples in life. I always talk about the case of Steve Jobs. How he came back to Apple, and how Apple, that was even in the border of getting a bankruptcy, look what is Apple today. In my story, talking about my story, I did my career in the oil and gas in several international projects, several. Some of them failed and were closing because for some reason that they didn't go through, had problem with the partners, and you know, I remember back in the 80s in Venezuela, I'm Venezuelan born. In Venezuela, there was a president of Venezuela that he wanted to do a very successful petrochemical complex in Venezuela, because Venezuela is an oil and gas country, and he was thinking in a very successful petrochemical project for the country. That was in the 90s. And in 1992, 2 years after that, he was running this big project with like 10 international companies. It was going to be a big complex. In 1992, in a February 4, was the coup of Chavez. Hugo Chavez did that coup that day, and that day marked the life of Venezuela since today. Since today, Venezuela became, after that, the people embraced Chavez. By that time, he said that he was a socialist. He became a communist. And Venezuela today is a communist country. And it went to ruin. And I remember I was assigned to the project. We were thousands of people assigned to the project. And for us was a real setback, having to close those projects because the partner decided not to continue running the project. So this is something that I saw in the moment like a big failure, because I was leading one of the projects. But it didn't mark my life. I could keep going, and finally I completed my career being a CEO of the company. So this is the way you have to look at the setbacks. And there are many biblical examples, but one of that always kept back my attention is the story of Paul. The people that knows the story of Paul went through unimaginable things in his life. And at the end, he finalized his life in a prison. And the people that doesn't know, he wrote most of his most beautiful books of the Bible in the prison. Because when he was in prison, in the night, he received the visit of Luke. Luke could visit him because the director of the prison, he tried to treat well Paul, and Luke came through the back door and stayed all the night with Paul, and he helped me because Luke was very illustrated and very good writer, and Paul was talking with Luke, and Luke was writing, and they come to one of his most beautiful books, and he always was talking about how you can convert those setbacks in opportunities, and he did it. He did it because today most of the most beautiful books of the Bible are written by him. So this is one of the most beautiful examples how you can convert your setback, your failures, your obstacle, your challenge in something that will change your life, and you will last your legacy forever. Another thing that you can do is transform your fears in courage. This is very important. Transform your fears in courage. Why? Because when we're going through situations in life, we really have fear. Normally, the people have fear of the uncertainty. You can feel fear that what is going to happen to you. You can have fear of the future. The people sometimes are scared what's going to happen to me in the future. Where I'm going to be. I begin this business. I'm going to be successful or not? What happens if something goes bad? What happened? I put all my money here in this business. I invested everything I had. Or what happens if my marriage goes wrong? I engage with a person. Is this the right person or not? What is going to happen with my family? What is going to happen with my life? So that really is fear. That makes you fear. But you have to transform those fears in courage. I'm going to put my example. When I was in my hostage situation, I had a lot of fear. I had a lot of fear that I'm going to die there and I stay forever. I went through a lot of illness. And those were really dark days. Really dark days. But you know what happened? When you become resilient, when you decided to make that change, when you decided to embrace the growth mindset, when you decided to see the positive things no matter what circumstance you're going through, and you say, hey, I understand that this is what's going on in my life. I'm clear. I'm here. That's today my circumstance. What I'm going to do. So that makes you get focused in your situation. When you get focused in your situation, then you can say, okay, now you begin to see the things more clear, because focus gets to clarity. So now you're more clear how the situation is. And believe me, sometimes the answers are more easy than you expect. Or maybe you have the answer in the corner and you don't see them. Or maybe they're not there, but now you know how to look for the answers. And again, if you have your purpose and you know where you're going to go, so now you pursue and you keep going. So that was my case. When I decided, hey, Jose, this is not going to be what's going to happen to you. You're going to survive this and you're going to come strong. So now I transformed that fear in my courage. I did a transformation of my fear in my courage. Because why? We begin to pray, because that gave us strength, it gave us faith, it gave us hope. So we begin to pray, and we really believe that God will make his miracle. And we left everything in the hands of God. Everything. And we decided to take care of our well-being, our mental and our physical well-being on a daily basis, because we knew that God was going to do his work. And he did it. He did it. I could come back. And I'm here today talking with you. And I'm here today talking with you because I want the people to understand that things in life can be overcome. You can always overcome any obstacle in life. Today, for me, the word impossible doesn't exist. Nothing in life is impossible. Believe me, nothing in life is impossible. I go to my church on a weekly basis, several services during the week. We have several groups that we support our church. And I have been seeing testimonies of people that have had incredible transformation in their life when they decided to put the things in the hands of God. When they decided to go and say, hey, I leave this in your hand. I have faith that you're going to do. And I take care of myself because, again, you have to do your work. You have to do your work. And you do your work and you leave the things in the hand of God and the things happen. It's incredible how the things happen. So I want you to leave you this reflection here. And one of the most beautiful examples of the Bible is that David versus Goliath. David was a very small, tiny guy, skinny guy. Nobody gave nothing for him, but he knew that he could defeat Goliath. He was clear he could do it. He transformed his fear in his courage. And the rest is part of the history, how he defeated Goliath. So I'm going to do a little pause to say hello to the people that I have here in the audience. I have a Stephen Bosch. I have AI Chain Talent. I have Adrienne. I have Mike Greco. Habib. Thank you, Habib, for being here. Lady Drew. I have Tayeb. I have Alan Roberts, Indira Bunik, David Eason, and here in the Facebook we have a Christopher Maximilian, we have Joe, we have Richard, we have Mark, we have Pretty Priest, we have Pastor Olu, we have Lady. Oh, difficult to pronounce. We have Daniel. We have several people more. Thank you for being here in HOD Radio Network, in the LinkedIn of the room. I'm going to leave this recorded. So again, I tell the people that the way I do this show is that I publish my newsletter every week. Every week. I was doing it during the weekends, but I'm now doing it more like between Thursday or Friday because the people have more time to read it. Because what I do is I put the same topic I'm talking today in the newsletter. So my newsletter was leading by setbacks. So what I did is I published my newsletter and then I talk about it in this show today, and I open the mic so that people can hear examples of things. Let's continue. So another thing that you can do to learn through the setbacks is find purpose in your pain. Oh, this is incredible. Finding purpose in your pain. I can tell you before I begin to talk, I discovered that during my captivity when I had the opportunity to read a book that I encourage everybody to read it. There is an author, a Jewish author from the World War II called Viktor Frankl. His name, Viktor Frankl, and the book is Men in a Search of a Meaning. If somebody hasn't read that book, I encourage you to read it. Men in a Search of a Meaning. I see some hearts in the room because maybe the people already read the book. I had the opportunity to read the book during my captivity. And I can tell you, that was one of the most beautiful things that happened to me. Having the opportunity to read that book during my captivity. Because that guy was literally talking to me. And he was saying that you had to find your purpose. And that you can find purpose in your pain. And so this is so important. Please understand that. Finding purpose in your pain. So that really, I understood that gives you opportunity to understand what's going through you. You can be more empathic. You can have more compassion. And today, that became the foundation of my coaching program. I transformed that in my coaching program. Those doesn't know me, I'm a leadership and resilient coach. And this is part of the thing that I teach. How you can transform your setback, your failure, your pain in something really meaningful. How you can find the balance in your life and in your business, because this is something very important. Sometimes people, I don't know who in the stage has businesses, but sometimes we lose that connection with our personal fulfillment because we concentrate so much in our success. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that if you want a business, you want to be successful. Everybody wants to be successful. But what about your personal fulfillment? What about your personal life? What about your family? What about your friends? What about you? So sometimes people put that aside. Sometimes you put aside, and I'm going to be honest, that was happening to me. When I went through my hottest situation, I was the CEO of an oil and gas company. I dedicated 20 hours a day to my job. I didn't have time to talk with my kids. I didn't have time to talk with my wife. Sorry. I remember my wife calling me during those years, and I never attended a call. And when I attended, I said, "Hey, you have 1 minute to talk because I'm going to a board, or I'm having a meeting, or I'm too busy." And you know what happened after that? That during my 5 years of captivity, I was begging to have a 1 minute, call. 1 minute call. I stayed months without talking with her. So I encourage the people that really, 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 you need to have that balance in your life. And again, talking about the setbacks, if you're having any situation in life and it's being painful, try to find the purpose, because God does something that is incredible. He does things that you don't understand in the moment, because you are seeing the small picture. You're not looking at the big picture. But when you begin to see the big picture, you can be connecting the dots. How what's going in your life is going to be part of where you're going to be. And when you discover that, it gives you faith, it gives you hope, it gives you calm, it gives you strength, and it gives you peace. You now are in peace with yourself. Even in the situation that you can be going, you are gonna be in peace. So this is very important when you can find pain in purpose. And what is the most beautiful example in the Bible? Jesus Christ. So he endured those most unimaginable pains he suffered. And of course, he finds his purpose, because we are here today. We are here today because of him. So at the end, build your legacy of resilience. So when you do all what I'm talking today, you will really build a legacy, because now you become an example to others. That's why the big names in the world that people admire so much. That's why people admire Steve Jobs, because everybody saw all what he went in his life, and unfortunately he died, but he left his legacy. Nobody will never say that he didn't leave his legacy. So now everybody remembers him as a legacy, because he found purpose and he embraced it, and he became successful in his business. And not only because he was profitable, because he left a legacy. He left a company that lasted until today and has become what it is that is April. So when you have those challenges and you know, that you can see it in a bad way, or you can see it in a good way. It's up to you. It's up to you how you decided to look at it. So as a conclusion, because we're coming to the 30 minutes to open the mics, as a conclusion, when you turn back your setbacks in opportunities, let me put people in stage and put them to give me some minutes to speak. I'm gonna open the mics in a few minutes. Okay, when you transform those setbacks in opportunities, that's gonna be part of your resilience journey. Okay, it's gonna be part of your resilience journey. That will give you a strong personal experience that will make you not only a better leader, a better person too. A better person to remember. It's not only about business, it's about your personal life. So, always thinking that perfect balance. And you can emerge stronger. Now you can lead with compassion. And now you can pass that legacy with hope and faith. Because now you have hope that the things will continue going good. And now you will have faith because now you know that you have a superior entity that is backing you. So let's find that path to transform an obstacle into an opportunity. You have to lead with courage and you have to face all those adversities that you're having and rely in the faith that never fails. Be resilient and that will allow you not only to survive, it will help you to thrive. And will help others because now you will leading by example. So said this, I'm going to conclude this and open the mics. I'm going to open the mic. I believe that Steve was the first person to come to the stage. Open your mic, Steve.
Oh, what an amazing topic, Jose. This is something that I think is important for us as embracing our human experience, because we have to realize that we're in control of how we frame and experience this life. And when I went through a period of extreme difficulty, to me it was I called it unjustified suffering, because there is justified suffering when we do something wrong and we pay the consequences for that. But there is evil in this world. There are people that will do things to hurt and to harm, and it's not just. And I think the ideal example of that was what you talked about with Joseph. I mean, what happened to him wasn't just. His family excluded him. They threw him in a pit. He'd lost connection to the people that, that's where we have our sense of connection. We have a physical response to being excluded from our family or from those that we love or from that place of security. And also Christ. I mean, that was the ultimate form of the ultimate story of unjust suffering. Of an innocent being that was put to death for what he did, and he did nothing wrong. And so it's this idea. When I was looking at this transformation that we go through when we're in a place of experiencing extreme duress, we talk about setbacks and failures and things like that, but it doesn't really. You don't really have that big transformational moment until you're under extreme duress, because what happens is it puts you in a choice point where you have to choose, how do I want to live, or can I even live with this experience? And I think if we're in that place, we'll either buckle under the pressure and it'll destroy us. We'll identify as the victim and we'll become beaten by the world, or we can release. And I think this is what you were talking about. You just have to put your trust in God. You say, okay, I can't live this way, but I trust that everything will work out as it's meant to be. It doesn't mean that you may not be, held captive for no just reason. It just means that I trust that God's will be done, and if it's done, I will just make the best of the situation. I think when we get to that place, it allows us to make this transition from this egoic experience of life, because I do believe that we have a perspective. And when I talk about the egoic experience, I'm talking about it's our entire collection of human experience. It's our beliefs. It's our experiences. It's the way that we think and process things. It's the things that were modeled for us when we were children. And sometimes we have to let that go, because sometimes the world will violate those rules. People will not be honest. People will not be kind. People will not be just. And if that's something that you hold dear, you have to come to this place of grips. For so long in my life, I identified as a failure because I had a relationship that was quite toxic. I had a business that failed, and I thought, what's wrong with me? Without realizing that when you talk to people that are successful, they have a completely different relationship with failure. I asked that question to a lot of people that are successful, and there's two answers they'll give. One, some people say that failure doesn't exist because they don't stop at failure. They just keep on moving on. And they make mistakes and they do things that don't work, but they don't stop there. They just keep going. And the other group, and this is a bigger percentage of the group say failure is a part of success. If you don't fail enough, you're not doing enough. And even Elon Musk, I mean, one of his statements that he makes, and this is something that went along with SpaceX, when I talked about, the rocket booster that was just grappled from the air, which is a technological marvel. I mean, that is something that has never been done before. He said one of the mottos that they have at SpaceX is failure is an option. So as we kind of grapple with this thing called life, we will have setbacks, we will have failures, we'll have things that hurt us deeply. And it's not that we're trying to get to a place where we won't experience that, because it's part of our human condition to have that pain. But I do believe that we can get to a place where we become more resilient, where we can bounce back. It doesn't become part of our identity, and we can actually grow and learn. And what I found through this growth process, through the process of trusting, through the process of making peace with all that is that we've got two different perspectives from within our body, within our system. We've got that egoic perspective, where their fear resides, where we are weak, where we are limited, where we will die. But we also have this spiritual perspective, and that from that spiritual perspective, there is no fear. There is unconditional acceptance. There's love, and there's no judgment. And from that place, it's a place of understanding and curiosity. And from that, if we can connect with that, I do believe that we're connecting to our soul. I believe we're connecting with God, with the Holy Spirit, however you want to term it. But we're connecting with a place of empowerment. And if we can have leaders connected to this energy, to this spirit, working from a place not of fear, not of the need to maintain significance, but actually embracing that each one of us is more significant than we can ever verbalize or realize, that this life is beautiful, and that if we can make the best of it, we can actually make the world better. So that's all I had to share, and I appreciate you all.
Stephen, very beautiful what you said, and let me tell you something. When I heard you talking about how the successful people see the failures and the setback, that they said failure, what it is, that doesn't exist. I really believe that. Or that the failure is part of the process of growth. I also believe that. As I said, when I went through my extreme situation, and I came back because I did it, I began to say, this is not gonna make me be down. I'm not gonna be a victim of this circumstance. I knew where I was going on. I knew that was bad. We knew that we was in a very severe situation because we were caught in the middle of the geopolitical thing between two countries. So the only way we could come back is that two countries get an agreement, because that at that point was our case. It was a very high geopolitical thing between the US and Venezuela. And the only way, and we knew that, was the US agreeing something that Venezuela was asking for a release, because it was kind of a ransom. They were asking for a lot. But even that situation, we never lost the faith that we were going to come back. And what we did, we decided, and we said, okay, our family is working to bring us back. Leave that to our families. We are going to have faith in God. Leave it to God. What we did, we take care of ourselves. We created a plan to maintain us sane in body, soul, and spirit, and take care of our body and mental health. Because what we said, at some point, we're going to come back. And when we come back, we want to come back strong to our families. We didn't want to fail. So that's what we did. So when you see the things that way, you look at things different. So that's why the people that are successful always look at things different. And if they fail or go down, they bounce back and keep going and keep going and keep going. And you put the example of Elon Musk. SpaceX, that today everybody looked at Marvel, that rocket failed like 5 times. Even the investors in the company were thinking to take their money out because they thought that there was going to be a fiasco. And Elon Musk decided to keep going, and now everybody is, oh, what a marvelous success. But it was him. He never lose the faith that was going to work, and it worked. And when that guy said that he's going to put the men in march, he's going to do it. Believe me, he's going to do it. So thank you for your thoughts, Steve. Lady Drew, your mics are yours.
Oh, hello everyone. This is Lady Drew, the Wonder Woman with the Siamese cat personality. Thank you for your event. Thank you for everyone attending. Love you all and blessed be. Now, the which y'all know they don't. The reason I say Wonder Woman with a Siamese cat is because most people know Wonder Woman. Most people know a Siamese cat, so you quickly learn me. I have been through trials and tribulations all my life. No, I am not a Christian. I am a spiritualist like the Native American Indians. I do believe in God, hell, heavens, and Satan. The thing, I don't believe in failure at all. I believe that you have things you try, they may not work. But if you pay attention to the heavenly spirits, then you'll learn that these aren't failures. These are teaching you, baby, that's not going to work for you. Think about it. Relax. Don't do it angry. Don't do it when you're tired. You'll mess up. Come back to it when you are well rested, so therefore you can try a different method. Now, what most people forget, even Christians, is that we only see things from a certain angle that we're allowed to view. Your heavenly spirits see it from above, so they see the whole picture. You're gonna be successful in certain things. Certain things aren't going to work, but that's teaching you for your own individuality. That just because it worked for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So you use your own thoughts, your own ideas. You think out of the box. Don't be like the Stepford family or Stepford Wives, if y'all know that movie. They are drones. You think for yourself, you think out of the box, and then put it together. All my life, I've been informed, Lady Drew, you do things that we would never in the world think of work, but yet they turn out wonderful. You never give up. I have been homeless. I have been through hell most of my life, either from helping someone or trying to rebuild my life. I've been through bad relationships because they cheated on me. But, you know, that's all on them. Don't put it on yourself when it's ugly and evilness coming from whatever direction, and more human species are coming out with being ugly and evil because they get so hurt, so angry, they don't know how to release it properly. But the thing is, always keep your faith as long as your faith is strong and it's positive. Because if you don't, that's when you're going to start failing people. And I've been on suicide prevention hotlines. I'm a worldwide speaker. You've got to trust in yourself. Be the real you. Assess, digest, analyze it all, and then keep going. I'm going through trials and tribulations now. I get so angry, and I said, you know what? The ugliness and the evilness in this world is not going to defeat me. I'm going to take it, deal with it, move forward, and then teach others how to overcome it. Because together we are strong. Together we can do anything. Even yourself. They say one man can't make a difference. Well, let me say, it's not one man. It's one individual can make a difference. I've been around this world. I've helped so many people. I've rebuilt homes, waterways. You think of it, I've done it. There's not much in this world I haven't done. The bottom line is you got to believe and trust in yourself and the faith you have. Because even though we don't see the full picture, as long as you don't give up your true faith, you will go forward. You will be successful. And yes, you'll be making your stumbling blocks. But yet, those stumbling blocks, you'll be surprised how fast they add up. As Whitney Houston sings, brick by brick, stone by stone. They may fall off, but then you learn a new way to put it together and you'll be successful. So never, ever give up. And those who feel that there's no one out there that really cares, I really do. I am a true Wonder Woman with a Siamese cat personality. I'm a fighter, a lover, and a protector. Never give up on yourself. I love you all. Blessed be. And thank you again, Jose. I love you. Give your doggies and your wife a kiss and hug for me. Again, blessed be.
And a kiss for your cat that I'm hearing that in the background.
Yeah, it's
Oh, me, it's my dog. I have a Shiznese. He's part Pekingese, part Shih Tzu. He looks like a King Charles Spaniel in that Victorian picture that, this picture with that lady. And I have 4 wonderful children. 2 of them are cats, 2 of them are dogs, and I do me my children. And everybody, stop saying that your animals are like your family. Babies, we're all animals of various species. And we adopt each other. We make our own families if our own families aren't good for us. Because as my mom said, you may be able to pick your friends, but you may not be able to pick your family. But you know what? Yes, you can. You can pick your own family, because when you resonate with a true you and understand yourself and why you say, do, and think and feel the way you do, when you are truly the real you and never stop, that's when others are going to gravitate to you and you're going to build an army. I love you all.
Lady Drew, my dogs, I don't see them like dogs. They are my babies. Really, they are my babies. Before I give you... Huh?
People say that humans are the best race. No, babies, they're the worst, because more and more people are choosing to be ugly and evil. But you look out, and you've seen my posts. I've got animals of various species that are loving, respectful, and caring about each other. They help each other. Us humans need to start doing that more and more. And now that we've got our president, let's all pray that this time around it's better, it's stronger, and it's more successful.
Okay. Before I give the mic to Trudy, I want to say thank to the people that I have here. I have A.H. Chan, Adrian, Mike, Habib. I have Indira. Thank you, Indira, for being here. I have Sanjay, Alan, Tayev, Alicia. Alicia is a wonderful person. Please follow her. And Indira is always posting things that you get. Wow! She surprised me every day, To Sneedy, Dr. Monica, and we have Shruti that will now open the mic to her. Lady talks about Never Give Up. This is the band, and the people that are in the audio cannot see it, but the people that are in Facebook can see it. And when I leave the recording, I'm going to post about this. This band that they have in my hand was given to my family during my captivity. So I have like six years with this band. And that was created when we were in our captivity. They created something they called the 606 Coalition, that you can see it here. But the motto was never give up. And I'm going to say something here. They did a t-shirt with this, the 606 Coalition and never give up. And they gave us, the guy that released us from our captivity was a negotiator that still is in office. He was appointed by Donald Trump. He was ratified by Biden, and I believe that Donald Trump is going to ratify him again, because he has done a wonderful work bringing back Americans from their captivity all over the world. His name is Ambassador Roger Carsten. He's a Subsecretary of State. He handles the office called the Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, the SPIHA office. Awesome guy. We call him Captain America, because he's Roger. And the funniest thing is that when we were released, they invited us to Washington to give us like a celebration that we came back. So being there, the 6 of us, we were 6 guys. One of my guys, Alirio, he created a portrait with a shield of Captain America, and we gave it to him, and we gave him the t-shirt of the 606 Coalition with the set "Never Give Up." I was this past July in Washington, and they invited me to go to visit their office in the State Department. And I visited his office, because there is a new office he has there. And my surprise was when I came to that building, I saw in the entrance, in the left was the flag of the wrongfully detained, that today is official flag of the U.S., approved by the Congress. And in the right was the flag of America, of the United States. And in the corner, there was the flag, the t-shirt, and was the shield of Captain America. So they have it there. And they have it there, and they put it in a portrait and says, "Never give up." So this became my motto: never give up. I don't know what happened with the lady that was in the audio. Maybe she had to go. I'm sorry.
Well, Jose, I just want to say something real quick, if I may.
Go ahead.
I am a counselor worldwide too. I do this for free. I've got, y'all read my profile. I won't go into it, but you know, people, it doesn't matter if you're homosexual, bisexual, or heterosexual. The Creator never makes a mistake, never asks permission for what he makes or she makes. Always be the true you, always be inclusive, and learn to love and care about each other and understand each other, and will be even more successful. Again, never give up. I love you all.
Okay, well, there was a lady there. I don't know what happened. Maybe she lost the connection, or maybe he had to go. Unfortunately, sorry about that. We're coming to the closing to the event. I want to say several things today here. Tell more people about this weekly talking, because I believe that this talking, what I'm trying to is encourage the people. Every week I'm going to be talking about some topic related to leadership and resilience, based on my experience, because I had experience in my leadership position that I did during more than 3 decades. But really, really what shaped my leadership was my captivity. Because today, I have a speech, by the way, where I talk about this, where the true leaders are forged when you're going through an uncertainty. When you push out your comfort zone because something comes in your life, there is where you're going to be tested if you're a real leader. And so that Stephen said that. Leaders come when you're going through adversities. And there's where you're going to test if you're a resilient guy, if you have determination to go through that situation, if you can adapt to the new circumstance, and how you're going to lead the others to overcome that adversity. So that's what's going to make you a strong leader. So never see the setbacks or failures or challenges or whatever as the end of the road. It's an opportunity to grow. But you need to have the proper mindset. You need to understand your circumstance and see, hey, this is what I'm going through. This is my circumstance today, now. So now you're focused in the situation. And when you get focused, you get clarity. Look support in under your adversity. Because in my case, my support was my family and God. But my family. I never could have made this with my family. And all of you have families. Maybe it cannot be your own family. Maybe it can be your friends. Maybe it can be part of your network, people that you know in your network. Everybody has somebody beside. Always look for support. Never do things alone. And look back to your spirituality. Today, I'm a man of faith. And I respect all the religions. Believe me, I respect all of them, because during my captivity, I had the opportunity to be with Muslims, with Jews, with Masons, with many people. And we had a lot of sharing. It was a very enriching sharing, studying the Bible and studying the Quran, studying the other books of the other religions. So it was very, very enriching. So today, I believe that if you do all these things together, you're going to make the things in life. And you will always be prepared to bounce back when the situation comes. And now you're more focused in what you want to be in the future. Because now you have the vision and you find your purpose. And when you find your purpose, it doesn't surprise when it comes, because you were prepared. You were prepared for it. The people that are successful sometimes are working today like if the future already happened. So if you see yourself in another place tomorrow, work today like you are already there. This will become your reality. And this is something that is not only an esoteric thing. Today, it has been scientifically proved that when you have those positive belief that you think in your future, your brain begins to be retrained. Not only begins to get retrained, you begin to create neurons that will be reproduced, and then you create a net of neurons that will transform in your new reality. So this is scientifically proof that you can transform your reality when you believe in your future. So I'm gonna leave here those reflections. By the way, I put it in my book. The people in the audio room cannot see it, but in my Facebook you can see the book. I am promoting my book right now because that is my story, and part of the thing that I'm talking today, I have those reflections in my book. So the people that want to know more, they can go to my book and see my reflections, see the reflection that I have there. And again, my speech and my coaching program, I talk about this because I discovered that this is what I want to do. This is the way I believe that I can help others. Lady Drew wants to close talking. We have 5 minutes that we can to conclude the room. Lady Drew, go ahead.
Oh, I just want to say, everybody, and tell your family, your friends, everyone, Jose is a dear friend of mine. And not only because he's my friend, he is one of the most powerful, strongest, positive gentlemen. And if you don't know the difference between a man and a gentleman and a lady and a woman and a lady, learn it. Jose is the most powerful, one of the most powerful strengths of never give up. So read his book, get it, because you're going to learn so much of the hell he went through and how he survived it, got through it, and now look at him today. He's everywhere promoting it. We've all got to do this. We all can do this.
Thank you, Lady Drew. Thank you, Lady Drew, for that wonderful description of me. But today, for me, this became a calling. I'm as I said, I'm a man of God. I do a church service, and I'm very connected with my pastor and with my community. And one of the things that I really found that if you have a calling and you find your purpose, my purpose is to spread my message. I believe that I went through this situation. I truly believe this because I needed to spread this message, and that's what I'm doing today. And today, something happened with the connection here in the. I lost the connection in give me a chance to reconnect here. It has been incredible, all the setbacks that we're having with LinkedIn.
You know, once we
okay, so, sorry,
this place of acceptance, I think that we can actually step out of that fear, and there's so much messaging around fear that exists right now. If we can step out of that fear and step into that place of peace, we actually connect to a wisdom that goes beyond all of the messaging that's out in the world right now. And if we can connect to that wisdom, there's so much that you actually see. You can pay attention to what's really going on in the background, and it's not from a place of fear or judgment. It's just kind of a knowing. And I think we all need to step into that wisdom because there is a shift happening, and there's so much information available. We need to step out of this place of facts and knowledge and step into a place of wisdom. So, Jose, we lost you for a second, so I jumped in.
Yeah. Thank you for doing it because LinkedIn has continued doing glitch. I know that Allison had the same problem. Allison, you're back. I don't know if she's back. Okay. We're coming to the end of the show. I encourage all the audience.
I'm here.
Okay. I encourage all the audience that spread the message. I'm doing this show every Monday at this time. I don't know where you're in the world. Today is 9 a.m. here in Houston Central Time. You can be Eastern. You can be in Europe, everywhere. And but spread this message. I do it very early to give the opportunity that people that are in other time zone can connect. And this is something that I really like to share every week. I do this show. If anybody wants a topic to be talked, DM me. You can contact me also here in LinkedIn or in my webpage. My webpage is very easy, JoseConnect.com. I'm today doing public speaker all over the world. I'm gonna do to speak in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be going. By the way, I'm gonna go to London in January. I'm going to be in France in March. I'm going to be in Vegas in April. So I have a lot of speech already booked. And I also coaching and my book. So I decided to convert this something to help others over my experience, how you can overcome adversities in life. So said this, we're going to come to the end of the show. Thank you for the wonderful audience. I'm going to leave this recorded. This afternoon, you will see it recorded in Facebook and in LinkedIn. If somebody wants to go back to something that resonates to them or want to share with somebody that they want to share the show, feel free to do it. I put it in my YouTube channel. In my YouTube channel, I have a playlist. I'm a podcast. So every week I post the podcast there. You can go also to my YouTube channel. And this is what I have for you today. So Alison, you have something more to conclude?
Just to say thank you to all those who came out today. And of course, when you're coming in next time, please be sure to share the link with someone. Also, it would be helpful if you leave comments on Jose's audio room so that persons can know, what your takeaway from the session is.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that came today. So we're going to come to the end. So see you next week. And thank you for being supportive with me. So said this, at the count of 5, we're going to close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.